You have now entered Samore's world. Be sure to subscribe.
Hey, Samore love bugs. What's up? What's going on? So guess what today is? It's my birthday and I cry. I don't know. I'm making up my old songs. Okay, you guys, yes, it's my birthday and I'm here and I'm doing this vlog because I wanted to do two of my vlogs and get them out there. Well, two of my recaps and get them out there before I get ready to go on vacay, honey. Uh, all right. So now you have now tuned into my haves and have nots recap. Yes. All right, guys. So we unfortunately last week I did miss an episode. Boo. But I kind of was able to catch up by little things that they were saying and also the little clips that they show in the beginning. So I guess I kind of caught up. Maybe I might have missed some things. Anything that's important, you guys can definitely let me know below since I didn't get to see it and I haven't gotten a chance to like actually sit down. Everything has been like I have to move, whatever. So, um, I see that Veronica was talking to Jeffrey and she was being so freaking like annoying or whatever, just trying to pressure him to do what she wants him to do and live the life that she wants him to live. She's like, she'll give him back his credit cards. She'll also go ahead and like reinstate everything that she had taken away from him, but he has to do or live the life that she wants him to do. Like he's literally in tears almost every time he's talking to her because he wants to be gay. He wants to be proud. He wants to be the man that he was born to be, and she's not allowing him to do so. And it's literally beating him up inside. Like she's willing to free him off. She picked me. She's willing to frame her child because she does not want him to be gay. He's living the monarch life. He's like, we're not royalty. We the king and queen and I'm your prince. We real people and this is a real life situation. What are you doing, Veronica? Come on. So yeah, she's willing to put him in jail if he does not go by her rules. And because he's her child, she thinks that he has to live the life that she wants him to live, which is pure madness. What year is this, Veronica? This is 2000 and what? 14? Thank you. All right, so we move on to where do we get off at? From there, and also like they was in the restaurant and I was like, aren't they talking pretty loud? Like there were other people in this restaurant. This is not a private rented out restaurant where it's just you two. I'm like, can't people hear them? All right, anyways, so Hannah, she seems like she needs a man in her life because that police officer guy, he comes, he talks to her, and I feel like if Hannah doesn't have somebody to like push her like the way he's pushing her, then she's not gonna eat. She's not gonna do the things that she needs to do because she's so worried about Benny and if Benny is going to survive because he's been her world for like forever since he's been born and he's been like, the main man in her life. He kind of like replaced the father, I guess you can kind of say. All right, so now Maggie, she is straight up like, okay, she goes to gym and she is like, who is Candace? All these people, she said that the volunteers that are in that's running or helping to run the campaign that are in the little office, they are all off limits. They cannot mess with them girls because she knows that something's going on with Candace because I guess Candace showed up at the last event. I didn't, like I said, I didn't get to see it, but I saw little clips of it. So it looked like she turned up at the last event. So now it's like, all right, who is she? I'm gonna run a background check. I know stuff. I can find out stuff that you guys can't find out. I can find out what type of freckles she has on her face. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So Jim was just being like super quiet, didn't really want to say anything. He's like, it's handled. So after she leaves, Jim and David start talking, and David is talking about we gotta bring the what's their names? We gotta bring the Manucci, the Malones. They gotta bring the Malones in. And when you hear something like that, we gotta bring the Malones in. They're ruthless. You already know he's trying to kill off the girl. Like he is trying to make sure that that is a problem that is never brought up again or never spoken. I mean, yes, Candace is bad, and she's even more. upset now because he didn't want to help with her moving her brother to a better hospital. But and that, I feel like that would have helped him out in the long run, kind of, because that's somebody that was a victim of getting run over by a car, even though it was from his child. But yeah, it's like she's vindictive, but I don't think that she deserves to die. She doesn't deserve to be killed. But I don't know, David is putting that little bug in his ear. And you can tell that Jim cares about her, although he's very mad right now because he sees that she's manipulating his his daughter. He still has some kind of care for her. And he also reveals to David that she's pregnant. So she's going to be his problem for 18 years, but he feels that because she messed with his daughter, she crossed the line. All right, so the mother of the little girl, I forgot about that part. She created a sketch of the guy who killed her daughter. And guess who that sketch is of? It is of Wyatt. So it's like Jim is getting problem after problem. If anybody knows how his son looks, well, I know his son has been locked away for the longest, but if anybody sees his son, if anybody knows how his son looks, once they start posting up those pictures, somebody's going to probably identify, okay, that is Jim's son. So yeah, things are starting to just crumble apart and fall to bits and pieces for him. All right, so now I'm really disappointed because when Jim and David were talking, Jim mentioned that he has somebody in the inside who knows everything about Hannah. And now I'm kind of feeling like it might be that same police officer, just because he's the only one that's been around her. He's been so like adamant about taking her to eat breakfast or eat lunch or eat dinner or drive her home, like little things like that. So I'm like, why are you pushing so hard? Now at first I thought it was genuine because of the story he gave, but now it's looking more and more like it's a setup. He's just trying to keep tabs on her, which is so unfair and uncool. And I feel like Jim is just becoming more and more the scum of the earth. It's like before he was just a cheater. He was just a ladies man doing his thing, doing what some men do. We're not gonna say all, because not all men are like that. But now he done switched it up. Mm-mm. All right, we move on to Maggie. She goes to see Veronica. Veronica and Mrs. Cryer. And she asks them who's Candace. So once again, we have that face, the stupid face. Huh? Candace? Like Scooby-Doo. Candace? Who's that? But she's like, okay. So yeah. And then she gives them some information. And now she's out to get Candace too, because she's not trying to lose. She is not, but she doesn't realize, like, Jim has so many little things in his closet. There are so many things that can pop up. It's like, even if you eliminate Candace and the baby, you still have Jim and his son scandal, kill off the kid, and the other man is in on ICU. You still have Celine in the house who's freaking doing the whole embezzlement thing, like, or what is it, blackmailing. So it's like a whole bunch of things that's going on with him. So it's like, if she doesn't take him down, it's so many other things that will take him down. And they're keeping these secrets from her because, of course, you can't tell people too much about your situation. Even if they're helping you, you still got to be careful what you tell people, because it can explode. Man, these people. All right, so now what else happened? Mrs. Cryer went to go see. Oh yeah, and with the whole thing where Maggie, she spoke to Veronica. I forgot this part. Where Veronica spoke to Maggie, and I'm saying it all backwards. Maggie spoke to Veronica and Mrs. Cryer. She told them that there's this guy in the hospital, in jail, that if a lawyer was to go speak to him and possibly get him off, then that's pretty much her plan, is to try to get this guy to do the dirty work so that her hands aren't touched. But she just kind of put the bug in the ear, just like how David was putting the bug in Jim's ear. Candace better watch your back. All right. Now Mrs. Cryer and goes to see Hannah in the hospital, who is there with her son, and freaking Hannah's not trying to hear it. She's not. She's just like, she sees the phoniness. She reads through the phony baloney, and she's not having it. She's just like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? And she's like, oh, I'm trying to. Let me put this on real quick. Let me put on a light. Oh, that was bright. It was a little too bright, right? All right, let's see if we can turn this down a little bit. Okay, so she's just like, why exactly are you here? She's like, tell me if I'm wrong, but your son said that he hit somebody while I was standing there. But your husband tried to make me sound like I was crazy. And you stood there and pretty much didn't say anything. And she's just like, quiet. There goes that silence in the room, that awkward silence. And she's just like, did Wyatt hit someone? You tell me that right now. Did he do it? And she's just kind of like not trying to answer the question, because pretty much if she says yes, even though that's her friend who helped her through cancer, who kept her secret and this and that, it's like, damn, like, this is crazy. Like, this is her son and this is my son, and if I tell her what my son did to her son, my son is probably going to go down, and I can't allow that. Even though she's my friend, blood does run thicker than water, so you have to protect your son's secret, even if he was wrong. So she pretty much doesn't admit it, and Hannah's just like, just leave. Like, because you can't even tell me. Like, by you being silent, you're pretty much admitting to me that he did it. And I don't want anything from you. I don't need your money. I don't even want to work for you anymore, because you think that your son is going to do this to my child and I'm going to look at you in your face every day? Please, get out of here with that. Please. We move on to the court, and Benny's father, he is once again, trying to get him off of life support because he's concerned. He's the concerned father. I had a drop of respect for him in the beginning, and when he went to go see Benny in when he was in jail. But now I've lost every ounce of respect, because you don't have the right. You barely know this man, and you're trying to take his life so you can have his organs. That's crazy. And the judge said, he gets all the rights now. So now somebody who hasn't even been there has the right to take this guy's organs and take him off of life support. And Hannah, she just totally gave in, and it's just like she pretty much begged him, like on her knees, like like down on her knees, begging him to allow her son to live, because she is holding on to hope and her faith. But he's just trying to show her that it may not be enough. It isn't enough, because I'm going to kill him. And Candace is pissed, because that was like her best friend. That was the only one who always had her back regardless. Like, besides her cousin that she mentioned before that got killed because he was gay, her brother was the only one that always had her back. Okay, guys, I think there's only 3 more episodes to the finale. I'm also going to be doing for Tuesdays, I will be doing the game coming up soon, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. All right, guys, be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.